Hello. In this tutorial, we will go over how to process an Enterprise Zone amendment case in the Community Partner Portal. I will be going over the following: how the external user initiates the case, what the Enterprise Zone administrator does to process the case. For this example, I will log into the Community Partner Portal with my test account as the EZ local, which sees the Northwest Enterprise Zones. The process starts by the external user going to the advancedcolorado.com website. And they could click /EZ to get them to the Enterprise Zone tax credit landing page. From here, they scroll down the page and then click on the Apply for EZ Pre-Certification and Certification. From this page, they'll scroll down again until they see the three buttons: Apply, Amend, and Transfer. We're going to hit Amend. This will bring them to the Enterprise Zone Certification Case form. On this form, the fields that have asterisks next to them are required. So the contact name, email, phone, Enterprise Zone, EZ certification number are all required fields. In most cases, the user needs to update the numbers they have already entered for a tax credit that they probably submitted and have been approved. So if that's the case, they will just hit the Update Fields Related Tax Credit and check that off. If they need to add more tax credits to the certification, then they would highlight the tax credits in the box to select them. So that's down here. Here's all 6 tax credits that we have currently. And let's say that this person wants to use the vacant building and the new employee tax credit. So those are highlighted now. And then we also have a text box for if they have more explanation on why they want to amend this certification. So they have up to 255 characters to explain that to us. So I'm going to go ahead and create a test case for us. So the location business name is test case. The contact is Lucy Delgado. Here's her email, phone. The Enterprise Zone that she knows this cert is under is the Northwest. And the cert that she wants to amend is this one. And we're just going to say, need to correct data and add 2 more tax credits. So once Lucy Delgado here is ready to submit her case, she could just hit the Submit button. She cannot change these drop downs here. So I'm going to hit Submit. So at this point, the Enterprise Zone Administrator for the Northwest Zone and myself are going to get an email alert telling us that there has been a request for an amendment. So I'm going to go over here to my email, and I see the email to me, and they're always going to say Action Enterprise Zone and then whatever Enterprise Zone that you are. So I'm going to click on that. So it says Action Enterprise Zone Northwest EZ certification number amendment request for, and then it gives the number that Lucy put in there. And then it also is going to give us the case number that was created and then all of the data that Lucy put in. At this point, if you're already logged into the Community Partner Portal, you can click on the hyperlink, or I still need to log into the portal, so I'm going to go over here and log in. So here I am in the Community Partner Portal on the landing page with Chatter. And I'm just going to go ahead and click on Cases. And then please don't have your view set on My Cases, because everything comes in under Jeanette Albert. And so it's going to look like you never have any cases, but all of your cases are going to be right here under this Easy Cert Request Amendment Open. And then if you want to look at any of the closed cases, you can click this list view. But let's just click on the open. So here's all 28. So if you'd like to, you could also click on the Enterprise Zone header to alphabetize this. And you could also click on the first letter of the Enterprise Zone that you're in. So I'm Northwest, so I'm going to click on N, so I only see the Northwest cases, or also I'm going to see the North Metro just because it also starts with the number N. And I'm going to see some just basic info. I'm going to see that this was created today at 12:25. It's new, and looks like it's for a company called Test Case, and the contact person is Lucy Delgado. So next I'm going to click on the case number hyperlink. And sometimes you'll go directly to this feed tab. So what you could do, just click on the details tab so you could see all the details of the case that you're going to be working on. So here's all the information that Lucy put in, and as the Enterprise Zone admin, I'm going to say, okay, I need to check to make sure this is a valid cert number. It looks like they need to update some fields in it, and that they also want to add the vacant building rehab. And you know, if they chose more, they could do that. And they gave us a little bit more information. And it looks like I didn't click on that second tax credit, but you know, if they do something like that, you can email them back and say, hey, what's the other tax credit that you were wanting to add? So at this point, we need to make sure that this Enterprise Zone exists. I mean, the tax credit exists. So I'm going to highlight that, hit Control-C to copy. Then I'm going to hit this Edit button. And I'm going to paste it down here where it says Easy Certification Related to Case. I'm not going to put it in the Easy Pre-Cert because that's only going to look for pre-cert numbers. I'm looking for certification numbers. So I'm going to put my cursor in the text box and hit Control-V to paste. Then I'm going to click on this magnifying glass, which is the lookup icon. I'm going to click on that to see if the system really does find this cert number, and it did. So I'm going to click on that and hit Submit. So let's say that they did have a number in here and you couldn't find it at all. Another way to look for the business location, and right now it says web company, but I have like a little help icon here that says for easy admin business. You could highlight this, come up here into the global search, and see if you could find that business location somewhere in the system. Okay, so now we want to go and update this cert. So since we copy and then pasted it over here, now it's a hyperlink that we could click on, and we're going to go directly to that Easy Certification page. And we could see that, okay, it's approved. And we're going to say that that was in submit status, so we're going to change it. But let's just go ahead and click on status, and we're going to change that from approved to pending. Hit save. But then we also remembered that they wanted to add in some more tax credits. So at this point, we could click on the edit. And let's say they wanted to actually remove a tax credit, you could do that too. So let's just remove the employee tax credit. So now they just have the investment and the vacant building. So I'm going to scroll back up, hit save. Great. So now they did submit this, but I've been working on this test. So what we would do is we would go to the funding application, because really this was a submitted application, but I put it back to draft earlier. So let's say it was submitted. What you would do is you would just set it back to draft and then hit save. So that's the two-step process to allow the user to go back into the system and edit this certification. So now it's back to draft status. They're ready to edit this, but now we have to notify them. So to do that, let's go back to their certification. And you'll notice here we have recent items. We could also just click on this hyperlink here, which will get us back to their cert record. Or we could just scroll down the page and see, like, here's the easy certification record that we just edited for them. So let's click on that hyperlink. So to notify them, I need to grab this contact name. I need to highlight that, hit Control-C to copy it, and then go down here so we could send them the template email that I've created to notify people that they could go back in and edit their certification. So down here in this activity history, we're going to hit send an email. And then in this to, we're going to hit Control-V, because that's the contact person that we want to notify. And then let's go ahead and click on that magnifying glass to make sure, okay, yep, that's the Jeanette that we want to use. And so we have templates already created for you, so you don't have to tell the person what to do. That's already been done. So we're going to click Select Template. Make sure that the folder that you're going to says BFI Easy Administrator Portal Templates, and choose this first one, the BFI Easy Certification Amendment Notice. The description over here tells us that that the certification is back to draft status. And then you have two other notifications here. This one's pretty helpful. It's the tips for the online management system, which is, it'll pop up like this. It's the 5 tips, but we actually don't want to use that one. So I'm going to go back up here to select template and choose this first template. So it's just going to change it for us. So here we go. So let's just start from the top. This is going to go to Jeanette Albert. It's related to the Easy certification, and there's the number. You are going to be BCC'd. Right now it's me, but whatever admin is sending this out, your name will appear here. And in the subject line, it says amendment notice, so that they know that this is for their enterprise zone certification, and it's set back to draft status. In the email template, we let them know again what certification this is for and the steps to go ahead and edit their certification. So at this point, we could just go ahead and hit the the send button. So let's send that. So now they get that notification that they could go back and edit. So the final step to this is closing the case, because you don't want to keep this open in the system, because then we'll have hundreds in that list. So what we could do now is once we sent that email, we go back to the Easy certification page, and if we scroll all the way to the bottom here, we could see all of our cases. So here's the case that was linked up with this easy certification. So you could see that the status is still new. We want that closed because we just emailed the person. So let's click on the case number. You could also, if you forget that step, just go back to the Cases tab, go back to the View Amendment Open, and that you don't even have to sort if you don't want to. You could just push whatever letter that your enterprise zone starts with. And so we're like, yep, this is the one. So we're going to hit that case status. So 2 ways to get back to the case. So now we're ready to close this case. So now just click Close Case. And then in this Close Case page, we want to change the status to closed. And if you'd like, you could put some internal comments, but I'm not going to do that. And then once you're done, hit Submit. You will go back to the case record. Here we are. And you'll see that it did a timestamp here on when we closed the case, down to the minute. So now this case will be in the closed section. It's not going to show up here in the open anymore. You'll see that if I go back to this, the open list, and click on the N, we're not going to see any more Northwest. But if I go here into the Easy Certs Amended Closed and click on the Enterprise Zone, letter N, we could even do a sort here by the date and time that it was closed. So let me do that. Let's just toggle that real quick. And then the first one should be the one that we just did. Here it is. So now that's closed, so you don't have to worry about that anymore. So that is it for this tutorial on the Enterprise Zone Amendment cases. I hope this has been helpful, and thank you.